Okay, a Kazo Brave 7 camera, internal microphone with a foam windscreen around it. It's a $5 option from a Kazo. As soon as a couple little bugs hit me in the face there, I realized, oh, I don't have my glasses on. And I've had them in my eye before, and boy, I tell you, it's hard to get rid of them. So today, once again, I'm going to head up by the Otter Ponds and see if I can get you a view up there of, geez, what it looks like without having my lens fog up. And the lens fogs up because of the moisture when I get into the woods. So while I'm on the main part of the path, it won't fog up. Boy, when you get into the woods, it really does seem to want to. So this will be like the third day in a row I've come up this way. And I've taken hour-long rides. Yesterday I rode for an hour, 54 minutes into the ride, or 55 minutes into the ride. I looked at my meter there, and you can see I haven't charged it, and it still says 100%. So I am using pedal assist, not a lot of high-speed riding with just a throttle. Though I'm not putting any effort, I'm basically just turning the pedals, but there's no resistance there. Pedal assist one, this is a fairly steep hill. I'm in 5th gear. And boy, I wasn't really doing hardly any pedaling at all there. I mean, my feet are going around, but there's no resistance. I do like this pedal assist. Oh, look at that, I'm dropped down to 99% now. So I'm gonna come back here. I'm gonna do the Otter Pond thing first. That was a little, could have been smoother. Well, this is the Otter Ponds, which is 3 ponds. I believe Half Moon, Otter Pond, and this one here is Snake Pond. Well, some fishing going on. Cobweb. Just got a cobweb across my face. Okay, well, we'll go up here. This way would take us to Standish Sebago Lake area. A lot of history when you get up here. I'll just use the throttle. In the olden days, well, we won't go quite that far back, where the boat launch is now in Sebago Lake here, for the village of Sebago Lake, which is part of Standish, still, I believe. That area used to be big in commerce, and trains. It was a big vacation area and big work area for things like ice and stuff like that they got off the lake. And then any other trails I've been on, you can see where the canals were, and they were basically horse-drawn barges. Bring commerce up and down the canals from Portland to Sebago Lake. And Sebago Lake had big train stations and motels. It was a people would come from New York and Connecticut and Boston to vacation up there. But before that, before the trains, there was stagecoaches, and that was actually up on the top of the hill, about either half a mile or a mile away, the top of the hill, and that's where the stagecoach area was. But as the truckers did to the railroads did to the stagecoach lines, which was they basically put them out of business. And everything moved down into the Sebago Lake basin area where the boat launch is now and stuff like that. But that was all. If you go into the woods there and follow the tracks and go off some of the spurs, you can still see the old turntables and stuff like that they have for the locomotives. Not too many people know about it, but my wife and I were rail fans a while back and got into all the history. Now before that, when the area was settled up around this area in where we are in White Rock and in Sebago, White Rock area of Gorham where I live, in Sebago, that was all in the 1600s and stuff like that. You had to be careful going out alone any place because you could be actually kidnapped by Indians and sold into slavery. There was a lot of a big slave trade here. It was basically white slavery, something that most people don't even realize went on, but it was big business. And probably there was some Indian slavery too, because some of the tribes they didn't care who they took from, as long as there was profit in it. Well, that's a little bit of history. I would say that's a bit of useless information, which I seem to be full of. I should have prepared. This is a nice little camping area. You can't camp here. I mean, it's set up for, this whole area up here is set up for camping for boys and girls clubs and stuff like that, Boy Scouts, and we used to take my son up here. It's one of the areas for camping. You can come up here now as an individual and picnic and stuff like that, but you can't stay overnight, and you can't camp, you can't tent out here or anything like that. Okay, so I'll hit back onto the Mountain Division Trail and keep going up towards Standish. Now I'm hoping it's cool enough. I'm not going to fog up again, but you don't know. This side is a little smoother here. Yeah. Yesterday I went into some real tight paths and actually had to use walk assist on this to get up through a couple areas that were just too steep, too rough, and too narrow for me to pedal up through. Some areas I made it, but one area I just said, I'm better off not trying that. There was a few branches sticking out and stuff like that, and I thought, well, if I fall over, I'll probably land right on one of those and go right through me, and man, it would probably take rescue a long time to find you there. So I'm hoping the condensation stays off my lenses so they don't fog up. I could take the protective lens off, but then I've got nothing covering the real lens. And out here, I don't know if I like that idea. When I get to where I'm going, I will stop this time And I will dust it off, even if I can't see anything. I'll clean it up. Now it's going on Hawk Trail. This one isn't too bad. And this is where I'm about probably gonna end up fogging up, if I haven't already. I'm gonna take a quick look. Well, I hope that's better. I'll check it again. Boy, it didn't take long for that to fog up. Okay, we'll take this Hawk Trail. So when you get into the woods, for some reason, when I'm on the cement paths, asphalt paths, it doesn't seem too bad. But when I get into the woods, the dirt road here with the woods on both sides, that's where it tends to want to fog up. The only thing you can do is really, well, there's probably some stuff you can put on the lens. I don't know, anti-fog stuff, but I'm not sure how that would work. But if you like walking in the woods, this is a pretty good path to do it on right here. This one isn't so wide, so narrow and rough as some of the other ones. There's a couple places on it, but not too bad. I've been on this one a few times now, maybe 2 or 3. I must say, this, I adjusted the front suspension on it to be maybe softer if I thought it could get softer. And hard to say if it really did anything. But I did adjust the suspension in my new seat post. And together with the Fido, or Fida, I forgot what it is, bike seat that I have, the ride is actually pretty good. And if it gets real bad, I just sort of stand up on one pedal anyway. I had a bikeroo seat. I still have one. I don't know where that goes off to. I do have a map. I didn't bring it with me today. See one of the ponds down there. But if you like walking out in the woods, which I have always enjoyed, this is a pretty good place to do it. I don't think that really goes off anywhere, just off to the side a little bit. Lots of black flies out still. I do like the way the pedal assist comes on this. Nice and smooth, it doesn't jerk you right back. And of course, I think everybody knows the Kepler is one of the faster bikes, so it's certainly got plenty of power. It's got plenty of torque, and yet it still manages to bring it on smooth. You can take off fast. I can spin the tires in the dirt if I want to, but you don't have to. It rolls on nice and gentle when you want it to. Top trail. And a little ways on that one. The outside a little bit. The sand pit over there. Actually some water there too. Pond of it that I think is Grondin's sand pit. And I've flown RC airplanes out of there before. Real nice area to fly. Of course, this is before everybody had drones, but I did have cameras on the plane, so I did get up high enough and I could take shots of Sebago Lake and stuff like that. That's Otter Trail, and that one there get pretty rough. It mixes into a couple of other ones, and that's one where I had to walk the bike. Hi. Hey Google, what time is it? Oh, there it is, 12:08. Okay. It's a little stony here. So I'll go up here to the kiosk. I'll go through the ball field, go up to the kiosk right around the parking lot. That's actually on Route 35. The funny thing is I can go by car from my house. It's not 5 minutes. Taking this little shortcut because it's smoother. Especially when it rains. If you jiggle the ball field, I think there's maybe skating area here in the winter, and off to the right we've got all kinds of paths going back to the trail. When you shake dirt and rocks and stuff like that, it looks like the big rocks are rising up. But what's actually happening is the little ones are going down. So it seems like the big ones have come up. That's why you always end up with the bigger boulders on the top. Ball field, dugouts, kiosk here. I really ought to look at that kiosk sometime down there and see just exactly where the Sebago to the Sea Trail goes. Okay, let's look at it one more time. It doesn't mean there's none there. It looks like the trail crosses a road. By looking at this, probably can't see it, but this is Route 35. We're here, and it looks like you can go across the road and pick us up some more. Well, I can't see much in there. But I can look it up. Sebago to the Sea Trail. That's what I'll look up. There's also some well, there's probably some tribes that used to be in this area, and those are probably the ones that used to sell you into slavery. Look at that. Boy, you got quite a headdress on there. It looks like a crown. A couple of them look like crowns. Yeah. Some pictures. It's funny how things are so different today. We can get angry at people for the way they behaved years ago, but the thing is, it was just normal behavior. So you really can't say, well, Washington did this and Columbus did that. It's the way it was. It's the way things were. I mean, yes, thankfully we've got more civilized, but that was the epitome of civilization in those days. They looked back on things from years before and said, how could people be so how could they have been so uncivilized? Well, you know, it is what it is. And what's going to happen 1,000 or 10,000 years from now? They're going to say, how come some people wanted to tell other people what to do all the time? How come some people wanted to be in charge? How could they have had politicians? So, let's see what happens. I'll check the fogging again in a little while. Hi. Hi. It's up a pretty good hill, and I'm not even really pedaling, but I'm not really putting any pressure on the pedals. Aye.
Okay.
The hot trail again. Well, somebody just went by there. About 60 miles an hour. It's the power lines. That's why. That might be the power lines there. Might be part of the ITS trail, the International Trail System. Used to ride them all the time on snowmobiles. In fact, on the way up here, part of the trail is ITS 89, and the towns, governments, whatever, actually pay clubs like the Gorham Snowgoers and other clubs like that to maintain the trails. Now, the International Trail System is a set of trails that goes basically throughout the United States, and it's designed as a safety measure in case we were ever invaded. Okay, I'm going to check the lens again, so bear with me. Looks like it might have been a little foggy there, so take care of that. Okay. You know, the funny thing is, of course, I don't like stepping in or riding in horse manure, but at the same time, I like horses. And I enjoy watching them out here on the trails. I just wish that we didn't have that little handicap. But like I said, I do enjoy them, especially when they're not skittish, and to be out here, they shouldn't be. Yep. So, pretty steep down here. Pretty steep. Well, guess we'll get in top gear here. Well, I wonder how this microphone is holding up. The camera, it should be okay. But I don't know. We'll see when I go play it. See how much wind noise we're picking up, or crackling noise. If I can get this audio working good with the internal microphone, then that means that I can use the USB-C port on the camera for power instead of to plug in the external microphone. So I know that I have a modified external microphone that works great. But like I said, I'd like to also get this to work with the internal microphone, and then I wouldn't have to switch batteries or whatever if I run out, which I have done a couple times. This area in here is where they want to put it up. Somewhere here, about a 40 unit subdivision. And geez, being a builder and architect, I can't complain about having it in here so close to my house, but the problem is the infrastructure around it. The roads getting to it would have to be widened. You can't pass a truck and a car through like a fire truck or something like that, and the emergency vehicle and a car through at the same time in a couple of places. So they're going to have to widen the road. And that's been talked about before, that the contractor would have to do it. But in the end, no contractor has ever been willing to do it. Well, I should be able to get home in time to grab another shower and get things set up to watch the Patriots and the Dolphins game. It is going uphill a little bit, so I'm not gonna be hitting the 40 miles an hour going up here. That's for sure. Well, there we go. Thanks for coming along.